Hey guys, it's Carly. I hope everyone's having a wonderful, awesome day. It is a little overcast here, but that's alright. We'll deal with it. I'm coming to you bespectacled today. I got a little lazy and I didn't feel like wearing my contacts today. But you know what? It happens and we'll deal. Everything will be fine. I promise. I wanted to talk about today's topic, which is projection. Now, not like the type of projection, like if you're standing on stage and you need to project your voice so that the audience can hear you. Mine is more of a psychological projection. Now, it's defined as projection is a negative, projection, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Psychological projection is a theory in psychology in which humans defend themselves against unpleasant impulses by denying their existence in themselves while attributing them to others. And in my case, which I wanted to talk about, is self-esteem and my weight and pretty much my self-worth. When I was 12 years old, sorry, I'm moving around on my bed. I apologize, but I've been sitting Indian style and my hip really hurts. When I was 12 years old, I was put on a dieting system. That's what it was. It was a system. It was that system where you go to meetings every week and you talk about what you ate and there's a point system and everything. So that's when all the self-hate started. Prior to this particular situation in my life, I'd always been a really active kid. I remember playing every day with friends, riding bikes. I took dance classes. I was a cheerleader. I played softball. And I remember, I was a really active kid up until around the time that I turned 12 years old. And, for girls, Aunt Flo starts showing up and you start getting, boobs and a butt. And in my case, I started growing like really fast. I remember that my joints would constantly bother me because I would just be growing so fast. Like I went from being 5'2" to being 5'5" in the span of maybe 2-3 months. It was rough. And I actually didn't stop growing. I stopped growing probably when I was in 7th or 8th grade. But before I went into high school, I was like 5'8". So I've always been pretty tall for a chickadoodle here. But when I was 12, and I can't remember how it came about. I can't remember if I was informed or if I was told or if I was even asked, but I was put on this diet with somebody else in my family. And it wasn't, I remember thinking it wasn't because I wanted to be, it was because everybody thought it would be a good idea to put Carly on a diet when she was 12 years old. I am not a big proponent of putting children on any type of diets, but my reasoning is because they're just kids and they're still growing, and I have my parenting situation is a little different from neurotypical kids, because my son is amazing, and I'm so blessed to have him. I will share this with you. My son has autism. So, for those of you who have experienced autism or anybody with autism in your life, one of the things you'll note is that they're oh my god, picky eaters. Picky eaters. But, you learn how to adapt, and you learn how to, kind of sneak things in to smoothies. Just saying, if you need a tip, he will get his vegetables from smoothies. That's the only way I've been able to get them down him. But anyway, tangent. Point is that when I was 12 years old, I was put on this diet system, and that's when it all just kind of came together. And that was really the beginning of my lesson in self-hate. Because the person that I went on the diet with, number one, didn't want to go on it by themselves. They didn't want to deal with the, quote-unquote, the shame and embarrassment of getting weighed in front of people and being told, oh, you've gained, 0.5 pounds, or you've lost, losing the weight was fine. Like, everybody was okay. Oh, yeah, you lost weight. But if you gained, like, half a pound, it was like, oh, no. Did you hear about so-and-so? Yeah, she gained half a pound. She had a cookie. It's bad. But it's not bad. It's okay. Not a problem. But I realize now that that situation was not healthy. Because what it was doing was that this person was teaching me essentially how to hate myself. And this person was teaching me that they didn't like themselves, that their self-esteem was low, and therefore they were just kind of taking what they hated about themselves and throwing it literally like a big old glob, like a big old balloon full of paint. If you're familiar with that way of painting, you fill up a balloon with paint and then you throw it at a canvas and you just let it melt. And I look back on it now and I realize that that's really kind of how I felt about the situation. I was teased when I was 12 years old. And it was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. I was called Earthquake every single day when I went to the, to the bus stop. And it was hard because, I was going through a lot of physical changes, and I don't really recall a whole lot of people in my life saying to me, it's going to be okay. I know things are hard right now, but, you're going to get through this, and you're going to, come out on the other side of it, and it's going to be fine. Everything will be okay. I don't recall a whole lot of that. What I do recall is that there was a lot of anger at the kids that were doing it to me, but I remember that there was also nothing being done to make the kids stop. It's like they would piss and moan and bitch and complain about it, but I don't recall ever one time anybody making a call to the principal, making a call to any of the kids' parents about it. I don't really recall any of that happening. So, not that I'm saying that anybody had to, but if anybody was making fun of my child, and I knew their parents and I knew how to get in contact with them, I would call them and be like, listen, I know they're kids, and I know they're probably just doing it because everyone else is doing it, but I'm going to need you to talk to your child and tell them not to do that anymore because it's not right. It's inappropriate and it's uncalled for. So, sorry, another topic, another tangent. So, their solution to all of this when I was 12 was to put me on a diet so that I could lose some weight. And I'm not going to say that it didn't work. I think it did work. I lost like 10 pounds. But, I love cake. I do. I love my sweets. I love I love food. I love food. I'm a foodie. Always have, always will. I love it. I do. I'm not going to say I don't take care of myself and try to eat nutritionally every single day. I do. But, when a party is happening, yeah, I'm going to eat the chicken wings, and I'm not going to feel guilty about it. I'm sorry, I'm like going grossly off topic, and we've already hit almost 10 minutes here. So anyway, to get back to the point, which is projection, is that is my, the person that I went on this diet with, was their solution, was so that I could lose some weight so the kids would stop making fun of me, essentially, and so that I could learn how to, take care of myself and take care of my body and take care of the way that I eat and take care of my eating habits. I look back to this day and look back on how I was eating back then to how I'm eating now. I am surprised as hell that I was not thinner back then. I am surprised as hell that's what happened. Because I will go back and I will look at photographs from when I was that age. There was nothing wrong with me. Absolutely nothing. I looked like a normal, healthy 12-year-old girl, and it was fine. But because of this particular person's own low self-esteem and own self-hate and own measurement of their waistline to their worth line, that is what I had projected onto me. And I'm here to tell you, it has taken me a very long time to figure out that that's what was happening. And I'm so sorry, excuse me. It's incredibly difficult when you're in the actual situation while it's happening to see what is happening. And I remember there was always a piece of me, like right back up in here, that always thought, why is this happening? Like, why, how can I be like this to myself? Like, I'm perfectly loving and attentive, and, you know, I love all my friends, I love all my family, I think everybody is beautiful and sweet and good and true, and I can't understand why I don't see those things in myself. And it wasn't because somebody was being blatant in telling me to my face, oh, you're worthless, you're ugly, you don't deserve to have good self-esteem or to be a good person. It was because this particular person hated themselves so much that they saw that since I, was like, everything was happening to me in the same way. I was gaining weight, I was becoming a woman, things were changing. And so clearly, because it was happening to me in the same manner that it was happening to them, clearly I must feel the same way. And if I don't feel that way by myself, then I'm going to make damn sure she feels that way anyway. Problem is that it was completely unintentional on their part. I don't really even think they ever meant to make me feel this way. The thing is that it continued throughout my entire life. Like, this person would say to me, you know what, Carly, we would be thin if we would just dance. We would be thin if we just did this. You and I would be so thin if we did this. It's that type of benign statement of low self-esteem. And you're basically meshing me in to how you feel about yourself. And that is not right at all. Point blank in your face. If you're doing that to your own kids in any way, shape, or form, I beg of you, please to stop. So, it has taken me 37 years, okay, maybe not 37 years, but from the time that, when I really started this journey of self-love and self-discovery, it was about 2 years ago, so I think I was about 35, maybe 34. But it's taken me a long time to get to that point that I realized that that's when it all started. But it's also my responsibility to see that I was being projected upon, not that I was projecting my views on myself onto other people. And once I figured out that's what I was doing, I stopped. I completely stopped. Not in a million years would I want anybody to ever feel the shame and the hate that I had for myself onto them, ever. But it's also my job to forgive it, and it's my job to work on the forgiveness of this person. So that is my goal, and that is my choice, and that is what I'm working towards. And I implore all of you to take this journey with me. If you're not ready, totally and completely understand. Do it in your own time. And, yeah, that's really all I'm going to say about that topic today. Mostly because I'm running on 14 minutes here. Oh, and I have a question for everybody. Okay, so, since the summer months are coming up, should I go all red, all ginger, or blonde highlights? Tell me what you think. Post it in the comments. Oh, and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, so that's today's topic. I hope everybody has a wonderful, blessed day. If you have any questions, comment below, email me, do what you gotta do. Anyway, I will talk to all of you later. I hope everybody has a wonderful, blessed day. I'm gonna go make dinner in a little bit. Okay, peace out. Love yourselves, love each other. Bye.